Welcome everyone to Final Fantasy 16 divided by 2.
God damn it! I got to be upside down to watch this bit now.
Don't worry, you're fine. All right, so get ready because shit's about to hit the fan.
Computer room.
Well, to be fair, finding the Ellone, where are you going?
Let's follow.
You gotta do the Vector voice when you say that line.
My goodness!
I don't remember how.
Look at how close we are to the moon.
Computer room.
My goodness! Look at how close we are to the moon, and whatever.
There's no time to be impressed.
Oh wait! I thought his name was Controller B. Why is he just Controller now?
One of them resigned. I don't know.
He's still there.
He just wants to be controller.
Go ahead, Shiri.
When you're up here, you realize how big the moon is. It looks so small from home.
Let's blow up part of it to prove a point.
Why is this music so whimsical?
I noticed that the previous part.
No. I guess. Sorry. I guess Uematsu loves space and he finds it whimsy. I don't know.
Again, potential reference to the beginning of 2001: Space Odyssey with the Blue Danube.
I guess.
Oh, the moon is really not. What the hell is this? The moon doesn't really look that great.
Monsters. Yeah, no shit, Quistis.
The moon's having some babies.
Okay, it's a cute. It's a cute reference to Final Fantasy IV, where the moon there had an entire civilization on it, including also monsters. But like Pedro said in the neighbor's part, it comes the fuck out of nowhere.
And again, the game never really goes out of its way to actually properly explain the world building and mythology behind this. It just suddenly throws at you. By the way, the missiles come from the moon, and that's it. It doesn't really explain it any further than that, really.
I get the idea that what they want to try to say is the thing that Astar knows for granted, but the rest of the world doesn't really. But they never try to, stop for a second and analyze on the fact.
Go ahead, Shiri. If you don't mind.
Okay, let's go see Rinoa. That's what you came here for, right, Squall?
Well, that's the only. Go ahead.
I did this just to get away from Rinoa.
Well, that's the only thing I care about right now at this point. So yeah.
Priorities, I guess.
It's like I said, Shiroi, like I told you at the beginning of this free. From this point on, Squall will live uniquely and exclusively for Rinoa.
He just wants to see her okay.
And that would be fine. The problem is that he literally goes for, like I said, the transition is way too. Maybe if the game actually earned this role.
Oh, something's happening.
Maybe if the game.
Oh boy.
Maybe if the game actually earned this romance, I would have been fine.
That's the thing, Pedro. Even at this point, it's not even really romance. It only really gets to the actual point where it actually does become a clear-on romance.
All units report to
It's mostly that's the thing, Joe. But here's the thing: like we've discussed before, this feels outright Twilight-ish. First, Rinoa has this creepy obsession by watching him in his sleep, and of course, the fact that she completely emotionally abuses him, just like how there's a lot of emotional abuse in the Twilight story as well. And now Squall, out of nowhere, becomes completely obsessed. Again, just like Twilight. Hold on, let me just finish, Go. If this was a story about teenagers mistaking obsession with love, maybe we've had something here. But no, we're actually supposed to believe this is an actual romantic relationship that's legit. Go ahead.
Okay, the reason it's still a better love story than Twilight is because, well, the whole
Whoa! What the hell?
What happened to you?
She's glitching.
There was never a Rinoa.
I wish.
I wish.
Rinoa was not a figment of Squall's imagination. And by
among
the way,
many other things.
During the entirety of this emergency sequence, you can stop other people and play cards with them.
So yeah, if you touch her, you just get thrown off. So there's no point.
Best thing to do is to try and investigate what the heck's going on. But yeah, like I was saying, the reason this is still not as bad a love story as Twilight is because, the whole emotional abuse thing. That is admittedly something that we're more so joking about because in the context of this, it is her legit trying. It's just that, like I said, it's portrayed badly. Twilight, no. That was full-on emotional abuse. The characters even admitted that some of it was emotional abuse, but they acted like, well, essentially the fact that, they literally feel tethered together to the point
so
where they
don't get
can't
hit
resist
here now,
it.
do you?
And it was literally against Edward and Bella's own wills. Granted, this was more so explained in the book, but all the same, still applies here and there. Like, at least with FF8, it doesn't try to act like that abuse is actually good. It's just that it comes off like that because of how badly written the story is, but it's not actually the case to be. Twilight, that is how it was meant to be, and we're supposed to find that crap romantic.
Squall, something's wrong with Rinoa. Well, look at
No
her!
shit.
Look at her! You fucking dipshit! Shiri?
Rinoa?
No,
No!
no.
No.
Ding.
Ding! That is Adele's tomb's seal deactivation device. A tomb?
dear.
A tomb?
Level 2 seal,
A
level 1
tomb?
seal
Square,
deactivated.
you are O2
Level
waiting
1
for 10
seal
years.
as being deactivated.
So
Big
this
shit.
is in the future, tombs have switches that activate and deactivate them.
This is
Well-
because it's a super technological tomb.
I guess.
Yeah, it turns out maybe bringing Rinoa close to Adele would not have been a good idea.
Turned out to be a bad idea. No.
That's the thing too. The characters don't even realize what's happening yet. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You think they would? At least Ellone should.
Yeah, Ellone should. That's the problem. Yeah. Squall, look, the moon's surface is changing. Are you only here at this point, Quistis, to state the obvious?
I guess
Well,
to
your
be fair, if it were
party
in,
member at that point will tell you that regardless. But
pretty much. I mean, it probably would have been the role for any character who was there in that position.
remember, the lunatic Pandora is also aligned on Earth. Sorry.
If I remember correctly, now is the scene where we get the giant zit.
I think so.
Yeah.
So everything is ready for the
Overflowing
Lunar
with
Cry.
monsters.
It's finally starting. Hey, Teo, it looks like the number of monsters has been increasing lately.
The Lunar Cry.
If that's the case, we definitely have to stop it.
Oh yeah, I remember that game series, Lunar May Cry. That's my favourite.
Play Lunar. It's a much better RPG than this. Anyway, if she plans to free Adele, she'll have to go out there. The level 2 seal is located on Adele's tomb.
Yeah, that's the thing. Apparently, Adele was kind of kept locked up here, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a passerby go thing, but yes, this is important.
Kinda. Alright.
Yeah.
There's only one seal left. Ellone, do you have something to say about this? Go ahead.
What happened to Rinoa?
You're so full of insight, aren't you?
Like me and Teo said, you should know, actually.
I mean, that's like hell if I know.
No. Remember, Joe, Final Fantasy, damned if I know, as Noel said in 13.2.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Ah, but
I
don't you
don't
see,
know.
don't you see in 8, this was still before we were doing all that.
Yes, Dweebs.
Look! The moon!
To answer that, I would like to ask you to get the hell
Here you go. Okay, so let's see how the hell this whole monsters coming from the moon
Lunar Cry.
thing works, right? Lunar Cry. So let's see how it works exactly, because they're actually there. You go. The moon gets the world's biggest zit, and when it blows, kaboom! A shit ton of monsters go straight to Earth.
It's like the moon had a million babies.
Exactly. How does this process
the moon
work
was
exactly?
pregnant.
How does this process work exactly? For how long has this been the case? We'll never. I mean, as far as I'm aware, at least, we're never told.
Don't you see, guys? It's quite simple. The moon gets pregnant and it births them out like
The
that.
moon and the planet love each other very much.
Again, there's a lot of symbology normally associated with the moon, with maternity, and giving birth. So this is not too uncommon. It's just that, again, we lack this thing has been presented way too quickly, with not enough context.
Yep. It's like again, it's exactly the main problem with this game. Every time the game just loves throwing really weird, wacky
Oh,
concepts.
here we go. The wiki has an answer, but you're not gonna like it, Pedro.
Well, let me just. Well, actually, no.
Sorry.
Go ahead and finish. Actually, go ahead.
According to the Ultimania guide, the cycle began tens of thousands years ago. A product of gravity, the phenomenon is similar to the pull of the tides. When the moon's surface reaches saturation point with the monster, it spills and falls to the planet and can destroy entire nation. The natural flora and fauna may change drastically. It is being mentioned creatures can undergo change by being in touch with the monsters on the moon. According to a control in the lunar base, monsters' behavior becomes abnormal when there are irregularities on the moon and the planet's gravitational forces, making them cluster at one spot of the moon. This is why the lunatic Pandora is important, because it influences the gravitational pulse.
Interesting.
And we couldn't have Dr. Odine explain that to Zell when we asked about it.
Because,
Why?
Because we hadn't thought of it at that point.
Oh, okay.
The Ultimania guide is all about, patching things up.
Okay. To recap, Rinoa, while being possessed by Adel, is now throwing herself into space. So Squall is taking a spacesuit as well. He's gonna go right into space to save her. And yeah, I'm starting to. And yeah, Teo, now that you mention it, yeah, this is probably a big homage to 2001. And Kitaza, you should be ashamed of yourself, to be honest with you.
Although apparently some stuff is explained in the information section in their menu according to this. So similar to 13, you have to search the data log.
Wait. So there's actually stuff in this game that's explained in the manual.
Not in the menu of the game, in the information section in the menu in-game. Your menu in-game actually has a section called information, but it says some stuff. Not a lot of things, but some stuff. Again, a precursor to the data log of 13.
And again, like I said, they had the perfect opportunity to give context to this when you ask Dr. Odine about this as Zell, like we did in the previous part. They had the perfect opportunity over there to have it be explained via character dialogue. It's just one of those cases where they just both him and Toriyama, they just suck at this. And I don't understand why is it so hard for them.
Okay, honestly, Pedro, I don't know if this makes it better or worse, but my guess, and apparently that's correct, was that they didn't think of the answer at that point, or for some reason they just weren't able to fit it into the game or something, and that's why it had to be put into the Ultimania guide.
And that's exactly, Jova, and that's exactly my problem. They don't think when they're writing. They don't think. They're just write, and fuck logic, I guess. Which ties into what I was trying to say earlier. Again, this giant zit, the specific time travel, the fucking devil in the lamp, the what else? The orphanage crap with the fucking GF critics and the garden forces that take away your memories. This game just loves throwing crazy, wacky plot points at you out of nowhere with little to no context. And it's impossible to even, wrap your mind around it because the game just the game throws something so completely weird at you and just immediately demands that you accept it. No questions asked. No context, you're just supposed to completely take this at face value, and again, that's inelegant. That's completely inelegant. As in writing, it's just inelegant.
It really is a case where I feel like this game, for when it was released, it came out at the perfect time, People were probably grabbed up more of how big this game was and how great it looked back in the day. And to be fair, writing standards weren't as up here. That said, I honestly do feel like this game, while again, I don't find it a bad game overall, but it is a game that definitely feels very much up its own butt because, 7 was such a great success.
Now Rinoa is about to do something very stupid.
Well, to be fair, she's possessed.
She's possessed.
True, but still. Also, apparently, Adel is in one of those vac beds. Ew.
Well, gotta seal her in tight. That's creepy.
Ominous.
Remember when this was a story about the garden that was training mercenaries? Yeah, me neither.
It sort of still is, just that, their adventures are taking them to some wacky areas.
Squall's bizarre adventure.
There's Adel.
In all her glory, shall we say.
Oh no, you're gonna be assaulted by the monsters! Ah! Bye, Rinoa!
We hardly knew him.
Rinoa!
Okay, does Rinoa actually do anything in this game other than that?
Like I told you, Squall, you can do better. You'll find another. Here, get with Ellone. There you go. See? They're not.
That was a serious question, actually.
Well, they're not related by blood or anything.
Well,
But I get the idea that being grown up together like that, they might feel, some emotional discomfort. In that
Fine,
kind of way.
get with Quistis then.
Yeah. She
Quistis,
really wanted the
woman-
D in the end. So.
Again, let me remind you, Shiroi, she's not his teacher anymore. Go ahead.
But But I also remind you guys, Quistis found out that apparently the reasons for her feelings for him was because it was truly deeply her big sister instincts.
Yeah,
as
but
she
that's
herself put it.
honestly the teacher thing is the least of the problems after that moment.
Fine. Then get with Quistis then. Sorry, get with Selfie then. Just anyone but Rinoa.
I mean,
Anyone but
Selfies.
Rinoa and Quistis, they're both bad blood.
okay, seriously. So far, all I've seen Rinoa do so far, and the screen time that she's had, is piss and moan, or get kidnapped or possessed.
Yeah, that is a good point. Even
passed out her.
yeah,
There was that one time where she kind of saved Squall's life, kind of, sorta.
that's the thing. Yeah, Dwebs has a good point. Even when we were doing the Timber Revolution plot, she was. Again, like Jova himself said in that part, the story did not do a good job painting the heroes in a good light. So it really is a complete character deficiency when it comes to writing Rinoa. Complete
Also,
deficiency.
if you're wondering, if I recall correctly, the Lunar Cry doesn't affect too much the overworld. There are some specific points where you will find monsters stronger than normal, but it's not gonna change. Like you're gonna have higher level mob bosses, roaming around.
See guys, this is exactly why I've been wanting to do this game.
The star.
This is exactly why I've wanted to do this game for so long, and I've told you guys various times. Basically, audience, for a little behind-the-scenes info, this is a playthrough 5 years in the making, because I've been wanting to do this for the channel for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And because this game is so easy to riff on. Like, this game is an endless source of stuff to bitch about. It's amazing.
Let me put it like this. I don't find this game purely bad like I do, say, something like the 13 trilogy or a David Cage game.
Hold on, Jova.
God, Rinoa is gonna die! I can't take it.
Squall!
I've never felt this way in my life. Take away these feelings from my
heart. Squall!
You're behaving like a fucking child.
Squall, there's more fish in the sea. In fact, there was. In fact, there's better fish in the sea.
Everyone's like, okay then, fine, I'll take you to her past, even though I said earlier that it's not that easy.
Basically, she's saying, look, I can't. No, but just try. And she's saying right now. Go ahead, Shuri.
It may not work, but we'll try, okay?
Meanwhile, the scientist
and for the record,
to her left, she's like, "What the fuck is she talking about?
Come on. So what's the worst thing that could happen?
Come on, we have to go now. Oh, sorry, it's Piet.
It's Piet. Come on, we have to go now. Go ahead, sorry.
So what's the worst thing that could happen? I end up in Rinoa's body because that's how this whole passing works. You transmit somebody's consciousness into another body. Oh God, that would be like.
So what was the? So if we're actually going to go against those rules, why even bother establishing those rules to begin with?
Say goodbye to the space station.
Wait a minute.
Oh no!
Wait a minute. Hold
Remember all the people you could play card games on.
Oh no!
No, what do we do now?
In the meantime, all right. And now a flashback. Okay, so now we actually go into the past of Rinoa, into the mind of Rinoa. Unfortunately, I cannot control this, so I'll be Rinoa. No, it's your father's order. I'm taking you back to Delling City. Ouch! Are you crazy? This is the bit. This was before we. This was before they got to the prison and saved them. Remember? We have to go back and help everybody.
Yeah, it turns out Rinoa actually did do something, forcing him to go
Off
back
screen.
and save him.
Well, now they're showing it on screen, Dwibs.
Yeah.
They'll be fine.
It's like I've said, Wibbs, this game just likes to take its time with showing the payoff details.
I'm sure they can get out of there when the time. That's the thing, Jova. To Dwibs' credit.
Yeah, I know, it takes a while.
Not just that, Jova. You have to be careful when you do it this way because the audience you should not try the audience's patience too much.
Oh, I definitely agree with that mentality.
You don't know for sure. Squall might say, but no one has ordered me to escape and end up staying in there.
Loopholes, gotta love them.
Or at the very least, Jova, give us something else to be entertained about while you're not getting to it. But the game
I definitely agree. I mean, 7 did have a lot of build up in the pipelines, but it had a lot of stuff to keep you entertained while waiting for that payoff as well.
This game doesn't do a good job of entertaining you because there's very little in terms of actual...
I really do get the feeling that because this was a PlayStation era game, that the visuals were supposed to be the main thing that kept people's
pretty
attention.
much.
And sure, yeah, while that may have worked for the PlayStation
hold on. Jova, are you telling me that Kitase cared more about making the game look pretty than the actual substance of it? What other Final Fantasy director do we know that did that in 2010?
Well, that's the ironic thing, Pedro, because the 13 trilogy kind of ended up looking pretty ugly.
I'm talking about the first one specifically, but yeah, you're right.
And of course, cute.
And there you go, she shoves him back because
congratulations!
Oh, and look at that! She's literally stuck in by her ass.
Brilliant game, brilliant.
No!
It's funny, but anyway. Perfect, Kitase. Perfect. Give your student an A+, Kitase. He's learned his lesson perfully.
Like I said, I would say something compared to 13. Like I said, the word, like I mentioned at the beginning, the word in this game is so uninteresting for me. At least with 13, the setting was really cool and had so much more potential. But this is just. Jova, I'm sorry. Like, it's a Dyson sphere on top of a planet populated by monsters of all kind. That's straight up Isaac Asimov. In terms of things that you can do with.
I'm gonna be quite honest. The design for 13 just.
You're talking about the design. I'm talking about the setting, the idea of constructing
the setting.
That too, the setting too. But anyway, this bit, Pedro, you wanted to talk about this bit?
Yes.
It's the ring bit still in this too.
Go ahead, Shiro, if you don't mind. Oh, sorry, it's done. Sorry. Go ahead, Dips.
Okay, hang on a sec. You mean the one with some monster carved on it?
Yeah, this is the bit where she was asking him to do the ring. Go ahead, Shiro. Okay. Go ahead.
Alright, how about I make you one? I'm pretty good at that kind of stuff.
You are?
Are
yes.
you? Yeah.
I didn't know that Zell was actually proficient in jewelry.
Are you there, Shiro?
Yeah, it's just this stuff isn't on screen long enough, and the text boxes keep moving all over.
Wait. Was this one also automated?
Yes.
Oh, never mind. Sorry, Shiro. Sorry, I forgot.
All right, no, go ahead. It's fine.
Ugh.
Let's have Squall show us the.
Why is it automated anyway? Like,
I don't know.
Because you're not in control for this section.
Go ahead. We can't do that.
Really like when games do this.
It's inconsistent. Really Be consistent, game. That's all I'm asking. We can't do that.
Why not?
Because it's his own private property.
Is this point of view the more optimal one? This glass shot in our face and we see Zell through it.
Apparently,
it's embarrassing. Because see, she's afraid to ask Squall herself because it's embarrassing. See.
Maybe it is an automated because this one's been on screen for a little while.
Say what?
Honestly, sure. I don't know what if up is down or whatever is anymore. To be honest with you.
Oh.
This game is hard. It is hard. No, it's not what you think. Baka.
But it is what you think.
Ellone, that wasn't it. That was too far back.
You said go back, you didn't say how far.
She's trying, Squall.
Not just... Go ahead, Shiri. If you don't mind.
I'm sorry. Let me try again.
Not just
I mean,
that.
we're only crash landing right now.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Sure, let me try
You
again.
never
No.
specified.
Jova brings up a good point. He's putting a lot of pressure on Ellone right now. Like, seriously.
Everyone's putting pressure on Squall. Squall is putting pressure on Ellone. Rinoa is putting pressure.
Everybody
on
in this game is an emotional abusive asshole. Like,
Where am I?
you are all terrible people. Just die. Like, in fact, Teo, can't they let all the monsters from the moon eat them? Like,
I wish.
You're-
You're just
Yeah,
a
what do I-
puppet.
so yeah, this is
What do I-
this is actually important. Basically, it is now.
Our main villain.
There you go. This is where I actually reveal what happened to Rinoa. Basically, during this bit at the end of Disc 2, Rinoa was possessed by Ultimisia. Basically, after we defeated Idea, Ultimisia needed another person to possess, so she possessed Rinoa. And that's
And
why
told Cypher what to do.
Wait, hey guys. A Final Fantasy game where the main bad guy uses a protagonist as a puppet.
Well, that's actually very common in Final Fantasy, Jova, actually. So
Yeah, that too.
True, yeah.
it started with 4, with Golbez.
And 7.
Well, debatably, I guess.
Well, okay. At the very least, Sephiroth was constantly trying to convince Cloud he was not but a puppet. Ultimisia, the future sorceress, is inside Rinoa. Oh my.
What's with this facing?
Transferred from Idea? So what, like an STD? Where's
Deal.
Rinoa?
I don't even know anymore, dude. It's just
Is this also automated?
I don't.
Or
To be perfectly honest with you, Jova, I kind of this game blends in together for me. I forget. Only then shall the sorceress provide you with your dreams again. I'll read it myself. Who cares? Maybe this is a day. I don't know. Only then shall the
I think
sorceress
that's
provide you.
supposed to be Ultimisia, whatever.
Oh, it is.
Rinoa, where are you? Answer me. I assume it's
Sorry,
supposed to-
Squall. Now you have to only work as you wish, Ultimisia. Also, Squall, you have only to think about me. Me.
Cypher, you've become the ultimate simp for your own girlfriend.
And now behold, as Ultimisia is huge
Missing
now.
out.
I think again, maybe if they kept the thing consistent and told me who's talking.
Didn't 7 do this? Didn't 7 do this as well?
Yeah, but this game is so much more awful with it, though.
Also,
lot of old
it's a
games
successor
that
to
they're
that, so it should be
annoying.
better on that category.
Alone.
Yeah, here's the problem. If you remember, the sorceress needed Ellone, so it's not a good thing probing
Got it,
where
Shirei.
she doesn't need to.
Fortunately, this is not automated, hopefully.
Did you get to find out? What happened to Rinoa? Were you able to change the past?
No.
Oh, let's see what the answer is.
Oh.
Let's see what the answer is. Because I actually have a rant to go about this.
No, wrong person. Come on.
Yeah, this is...
Piet is like, what the fuck is
I
going
couldn't
on?
do anything. What should I do?
Hey guys. Newsflash. The thing that was clearly established as impossible to do turned out to be impossible to do.
I mean, I
Fucking
guess to be fair, at least
brilliant.
we tried.
You broke a glass.
No, I'm clapping too.
Oh, okay. So sorry.
It's a running gag for me too. Whenever the character
No,
says
I know that. It's just the sound sounded different. Sorry.
I have very bony hands too, basically.
Oh, so you're like that guy in Unbreakable.
Oh,
Hey,
those
can somebody take over? Because the screen shake is...
That's okay. That's okay. Those I think this is no, this is her. Those curious, innocent puppy dog eyes. I loved those eyes.
Oh God, are you gonna tell me that you were in
Remember,
love
they
with
grew
me
up together in the
too?
orphanage, and Squall is begging her like
No,
that.
I think she's talking about Laguna's eyes, if I remember correctly.
No.
The orphanage.
She was talking about.
Yeah,
Oh, the orphanage. Oh, yeah, the orphanage. Never mind. Ugh, that's right.
So what are they?
Me-
Are they gonna reveal that Ellone was in love with Squall too? That
Please,
just makes
no.
it even.
Maybe
more-
again. Maybe if the game focused on one part of the plot for more than 10
Wait.
minutes, I would be able to focus. Go ahead.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Previously older woman starts to fall in love with boy clearly younger than her, who probably had more of a brother and sister relationship, just like with Lightning and Hope.
To be fair, well, they did not like grow up together, Drova.
Yeah, but still.
To Fredo Bontero, yeah, I do agree with you as well that the setting for 13 was, if anything, because that had a setting, whereas the setting in this game might as well non-exist because they barely.
I can tell you this, Drova. Again, 13 had more stuff that could be done with it. In this game has an absolute, almost sterile kind of concept of cities, civilizations, ruins and stuff.
Again, just based on the fact, just based on the fact that it's a utopia in the sky and a no man's land in the ground, you could have done the Astro Boy thing and have the prejudice angle. I know it's overdone in media, I get that, but it's still better than what we got.
Well,
go ahead.
They kind of did with the whole, foul sea or sea.
Oh no, Java, I'm not talking about what we actually did in the game. I'm talking about just the basic idea and what could have been done with it.
All right, let's actually focus for a bit now.
I was gonna partially.
Ellone is actually asked to Squall to go talk to Rinoa.
Also, Tio, you said before that this isn't very anime, but here we have, yet again, a very unremarkable protagonist being fawned over by a bunch of women for some reason.
Yep. Alright, the basic point is she's taking us to the nearest past possible, basically.
Right. I'll just say this, Teal. I agree with you that 13 had more potential, but in terms of actual execution, I feel
I will not disagree on that.
Remaining life port system, 15 seconds.
15 seconds. Oh god, this is like Red Planet.
Make it.
Squall has been ejected.
So there you go.
Not even kidding, now you have an actual minigame about this.
How?
So yeah, everybody.
I don't know, Squall.
This is Squall's plan now. He's gonna throw himself into space and just pray and hope he gets to Rinoa.
And then they figure something out.
What could possibly go wrong with this plan? Except, I don't know, everything!
I guess to be fair, it is sort of like the 11th hour and he has to try something for Rinoa's sake.
Let's just put it this way, guys. This is where the game officially even stops pretending to make any sense. There you go. Remaining life support 0. So Squall's gonna die right now, right?
No.
Let me guess. You refuse to die.
But it refused.
But the future refused to change.
That's Squall, dudes.
I was just trying to understand it.
Just wait and see, Dwibs.
That's it. That's
his due date.
Remember my words, Squall. Don't die on me yet. I have to kill you personally.
Sorry, Cypher, but I'm gonna die.
Whatever.
Life support as terminated.
And okay, so Squall is dead now, right?
Squall was not an imposter.
He's dead, but we know he's the genuine article.
Go ahead.
Goodbye.
You shouldn't even be alive in long enough to say that goodbye at this point.
Okay, asphyxiation after these termination.
I think this is Rinoa actually. Squall, I think.
Rinoa. No.
Oh, so the gray text was Squall, while the white text was Rinoa.
Is it?
Don't give up.
Yeah,
What?
remember, Ellone is taking us to that point.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're right. Ugh. God.
It's so confusing.
Why is he still alive?
Can you hear me? It's Squall. Rinoa.
There you go, everybody. There you go, everybody. The power of boner prevents you from dying from lack of oxygen. Apparently.
Well, there are some scientific cases where that could work if it gets the blood pumping enough.
That's the problem, Jova. It takes kind of a while to do that. So if it was like for a minute or two, I can get that, grab holding and everything.
It could be a genetic mutation in that regard.
Oh, so Squall is an X-Men.
Yes, Squall is now mutated. Squall is now more than human.
So what was Squall's X-Men code name be?
And Rinoa's still breathing, and Rinoa's still breathing as well. Like.
Well, to be fair, we don't know how much is left in her suit. Rinoa, come on, try to remember.
Look, I get what the game tries to do to simulate the actual horrors of space and potentially dying like that, but I just wish we had a better characters to attach these to.
Yep, obviously.
Watch Gravity instead. It's
Yep.
better on that
Oh,
regard.
Gravity's
It has George Clooney with a jetpack.
It's done. It's directed by Alfonso Cuarón, the director of Harry Potter 3.
Yeah.
And if I recall correctly, it's about now that you have like a mini game that you have to actually reach out for Rinoa, and you can actually miss her.
Sucks if you do.
Mm-hmm.
Do.
If I recall correctly, that gets you a game over, doesn't it?
Yes, but you start immediately after at this point.
It's
So the game is merciful on that.
honest. It's one of those things where, again, the game. This is the kind of scene that can only work if the play, like Theo said, if the player is heavily emotionally invested into the characters. And the game did a terrible job of making me invested in either of these two characters. Hell, even when Squall starts getting slightly better, the moment Disc 3 begins, he becomes this complete, obsessed, horny fuck that cannot think of anything aside from getting poon. So, it really is...
Oh, look at that.
The ring! The rings! And this apparently snaps Rinoa out of her possessed state.
It's the power of...
The
say it with me.
the power of love.
With a single sexy tear.
Again, if you want to see if you want to see a JRPG that focuses on a love story, play Lunar Silver Star. Basically, I don't know if that's very appealing to you too, but basically, Lunar is entirely, not even just a focal point, literally and entirely about love. Like literally, there's 6 playable characters, and each of them involve 3 couples. So the entire party is consisted of 3 couples, basically.
And now she reactivated the system? What?
I don't
Well,
know.
her system was intact. It
Like
was
I said-
Squall's
I
that
thought-
was faulty.
I thought it was a self-destruct for a second.
Like I said, Theo, at this point the game stopped even pretending that it makes sense.
So yeah, Squall actually did manage to change the past, in a way.
I'm gonna go find Rinoa.
Is that even what it I can't even exactly
Yeah,
tell for sure what happened.
Squall's
Okay.
influence essentially allowed Rinoa to open her eyes for a second and see the ring in order for her to snap and push the life support system button.
Basically,
Again. Sorry, go on.
what was occurring was essentially we were technically in the past, but with Rinoa. I know it may seem like that was Squall in that suit, but no, that was Rinoa. Rinoa's suit required maintenance, or
hi,
something
Quistis.
to sustain, the life force to it. Unfortunately, because Rinoa was unconscious, she wasn't able to finagle with it. Now that she did regain consciousness, she was able to reactivate the suit so that the life support can now hold out better here and there.
Hmm.
And yes, by the way, during this entire sequence, you had to hear this guitar theme done by Uematsu, which is cute at first, but it becomes so unfitting in a second.
It sounds like something you'd hear in an Undertale beta.
I really get what the game tried to do with this entire sequence in space. I really do. It's just that, well, we'll see the outcome in the next part, I guess.
That being said, too, in that case, okay, so it's Rinoa, technically's body that was there. Okay, so shouldn't Rinoa have died in that period that she ran out of oxygen?
Okay, I genuinely thought at first that she actually had run out of oxygen, but it seems that like their life support had just stopped, and she needed to just reboot it. But again, the game didn't convey it properly, I argue.
Yeah, like I said, interesting ideas, but man,
That execution.
This game is completely inept. Completely inept. Jesus.
All right.
I wouldn't say completely. The graphics are good for 99.
Well, okay, the script is completely inept. Let's go with that.
Sure.
All right, see you for the next part,
I
everybody.
love how Shiroi said that without hesitation.
All right, Shiroi, prepare yourself, Shiroi, because next part is where Squall and Rinoa officially start dating at the sound of a love ballad, the song that Julia wrote for Laguna, "Eyes on Me."
Yeah.
Yay!
In the most
I'll stand
unlikely
back
of
here.
also in the most unlikely of places, but
Well,
we'll see.
Shiroi, the game is gonna try its hardest to make you care, even throwing a romantic love ballad.
Are they going to be spinning through space? Or
You'll
something?
see, you'll see.
Kind of. Well, you'll see. See you for the next part, everybody.
Yeah.
See ya.